team. It's time for the Daily Detangler. I don't know about you, but lately I found myself trying to get my curiosity under control. I mean, curiosity is supposed to be a good thing, and it is. Uh, However, curiosity is a bit of a double-edged sword for me. I can, as a learner, as somebody who's passionate about learning, I can get a little crazy with my curiosity. So I want to talk a little about why curiosity, what happens, and what I've learned about focus. Curiosity has radically changed my approach to work and my profession and my outputs. It's helped me build different relationships. It's helped me create new content. It's helped me be more tolerant and more understanding. And it's in a lot of ways, as children, we're taught to be less curious. We're born with a curiosity, but through our school, that curiosity can go away. So the environment that I operate within has really helped my curiosity, being part of this team, to bring back the curiosity that was kind of maybe beat out of me in my elementary days. I'm also, driven by learning. And one of the things about learning and being curious is it can create expertise, and or at least a perceived expertise in an area. I think back to Moneyball, and were the scouts curious? I think they would say that they were. They're also a bit hardwired by that curiosity, because the curiosity that they did have, their perception of it was narrowly defined. And then Billy Bean, would you say that he was curious? And what was he curious about? And why was he curious? And what was the difference between his curiosity about the game of baseball and winning versus the scouts who had been in the profession for years and years and years, and who had developed their own language, and their curiosity? What's the difference? And how did Billy Bean turn his curiosity into something that changed the game of baseball? Like, how did that happen? Right? Like, it's really intriguing to think about. And, curiosity, it helps me, I think, become, if I am disciplined, it helps me become more efficient. But if I'm not disciplined, that curiosity can tank my efficiency, and I can actually become random. I I can also explore a lot of things powered by my curiosity, and um, those things can be less relevant to me and the team, though I've learned a lot. So, how did that not happen in Moneyball, where the curiosity turned into clarity, or the curiosity turned into focus, or the curiosity turned into action? I don't know about you, but sometimes my curiosity just creates more work. It can have me question the status quo and come up with new ideas. Um, what's a good idea? A good idea for who? And am I being curious about the right things? Or is my curiosity taking me deeper into an understanding that allows me to help catalyst? Or is it just a surface level of understanding and action, or understanding of application? Is my curiosity helping me create outputs? Like, for example, this detangler, I was curious about curiosity, and I didn't know what I would create here. Is this an output that's valuable? How do I know? What if I created something that's totally irrelevant? Am I curious about leveraging our principles and our frameworks and our tools to keep that from happening? So I've been thinking about this idea of harnessing curiosity as a way to create something new. And when does my curiosity pop up? When do I get most curious? I get curious when I don't have information I think I need, or I feel like I want to discover and go on a discovery of something new, or I get stuck. These things trigger my curiosity. What triggers your curiosity? Curiosity makes my mind active. It turns it on, so to speak, switches it on. And is that switch about knowing more or taking more action? It encourages me to connect dots. Is it about myself or about the team? Is curiosity fueling my thinking, or is it fueling what I'm doing? It's really interesting to think about. It's even more interesting to think about changing that to doing, to do about instead of think about, so to speak. So, curiosity has helped me understand my own perceptions. It's helped me understand how I make decisions. Curiosity has helped me understand the frameworks we have and the principles and the content that Catalyst puts out. And curiosity has helped me revisit my approach. The approach is to how I start my day. The approach is to how I create. The approach is to how I communicate. And when I think about the ways to view the world and get curious about it, there's a difference between thinking and doing. And what is that? Like, for example, I really struggled with this top left box. I don't know exactly what this is. I think Catalyst would get, a little pushback here that frameworks are about thinking, when they're about forming the approach. But if I take this out, what goes here? What is team thinking, versus team doing? What is the idea of being curious together? And where does our curiosity come together to fuel our approach? I don't know exactly what would go in this box. What would you want to put in it? Is we hear groupthink is bad, but there's something to be said for unified thinking regarding complex problems. So I'm curious about that. How would you approach that? Has curiosity impacted your decision making? Has curiosity changed your perception about what we're doing and why we're doing it? We can change our brains based on what we're curious about. So how has your brain changed? Are you aware of that? I know I'm spending time on that, trying to figure that out, and I've become more aware of it. So this is about connecting the dots for me. Curiosity connects the dots, and it brings things together and allows me to synthesize across a a wide variety of touch points. And that ability to connect the dots helps me with asking better questions. And change happens through those questions and me being curious. Curiosity can add a pebble because change happens one question at a time. What questions are you going to ask today to add your pebble? Thanks for your time, and we'll see you tomorrow. Always check out dailydetangler.com and have a great day.